Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It's Denise Salcedo and Chinedu, and we are here to talk about WWE NXT, the Great American Bash, Week 1. Chinedu, how are you?
I'm doing great. I would be even better if I realized I plugged in my mic. So if I sound a little crazy, forgive me because my microphone isn't plugged in. I'm going to plug it in right now, but I'm excited to be here as we review a very awesome Great American Bash.
I was about to say, you don't even sound bad at all. I would have never known your microphone wasn't plugged in.
Really? It sounds good?
Yeah, it sounded good to me. Like, I didn't even notice a difference. But then again, I have like terrible hearing, so that's probably the problem. But anyways, oh my gosh, we got a pretty exciting show to talk about, primarily this killer main event. But before we get to the main event, before we get to everything, I just want to give some quick plugs to everybody, because I have been doing like a bunch of stuff that has been going up here on the channel. It has truly been insane. So if you guys haven't already, I just uploaded a brand new interview with Mariah May. And let me tell you, it's one of my favorite interviews that I've done, because she's just so pleasant, so lovely to talk to, very funny, a fun person. She even shared some really great stories, and I feel like she just gave some really good answer. And Chinedu, it's not every day when you interview people where they give you like great answers for every question that you have. And Mariah May was one of those persons. I feel like she just gave me a great answer for every single question that I asked her. So I definitely recommend that interview. But also, a couple of days ago, what was it? Last week on Thursday, I uploaded an interview with none other than CM Punk. Guys, that was by far the most important, most favorite, you name it, interviews for me in my career. So please check it out and go give it some love. It would really mean a whole lot to me if you guys did. And then another interview that I really enjoyed, like so freaking much, it was one of my favorites too, was Willow Nightingale. So it was just kind of a big week of interviews, and the Willow Nightingale interview is awesome because it's literally like 20 minutes of talking about her career, what's been going on with her in AEW. And so I highly recommend those 3 interviews. They're my personal favorites from the ones that I've uploaded, but I've also uploaded content with Danhausen, Zoe Stark. You guys can check all of those out too. And I'll also be headed to Cleveland for SummerSlam this weekend. So I'm looking to get some content there too. It's a little more hectic during these pay-per-views because there's more media. So I probably won't be uploading as much, but you will at least see some content go up. So Chinedu, it's just been like super busy, but we do got a couple of things to read here. This is from Sheldon Jackson, who sends in 5 DWL memberships. Thank you so much, Sheldon, as always. We got Kate Crawford, who says, 8 months, my girl Roxanne won. Now Roxy versus Julia. I know everybody has been anticipating Julia. Chinedu, are you anticipating Julia as much as the internet seems to be anticipating her arrival?
Honestly, I kind of am a little bit. I'm very excited to see what happens with it because although I'm a big Roxanne Perez fan, what I've realized over these past few during her reign is that she's had some great programs, but I don't feel she's had like a very iconic feud yet. So I'm hoping maybe this will be that chapter mark. I'm trying to think back to her.
You don't think the Lola Vice feud was iconic for the NXT universe?
Well, I will say yes, but I want to say yes, but I felt let down because I really thought it was going to lead to something. I thought it was going to be like a trilogy or something like that. And it kind of just ended with the one match. And then like Lola just went to, not that she's not still relevant though, but it's like kind of just went over here. And now she's a good guy. And it's kind of weird seeing her as a good guy a little bit. It's cool, but like her as that mean ass kicker. I like that. I was hoping that would be more of the feud though, but regardless of that though, I am very excited to see what's going on with Julie though. And I do think that is going to be a big money feud they're going to build, and I am very much so excited about it.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely been so much hype around her, so much hype around Stephanie Vacker, and wanting to see them like come into NXT. And the second they do, like things are just going to continue to level up in the women's division. But like, here's the thing though, like I really feel like the current women of NXT are fighting to keep their attention on them. And that was a sample of what we got today with Roxanne Perez and Thea Hail. So thank you so much to Kaden Crawford. We got Matt Logan here who sends in a super chat saying, hey hey, good to see the women of NXT get a lot of airtime tonight. Good to see the women of NXT, get a lot of airtime tonight. It was so good. He had to say it twice. I love it. But I think, and I'm trying to remember exactly what was said on commentary. Maybe you caught this, Chinedu, but Vic Joseph mentioned that this was the youngest main event ever or the youngest championship match ever. I don't remember if he said championship match or main event or both.
I thought he said youngest championship match. I have to go back and look though, but I heard the youngest part though, but I didn't quite catch it myself. I was changing the diaper. Forgive me, guys. I was changing the diaper at the time, but I did, but I did catch that part. And I have realized, I mean, like the youth initiative that they've been pushing NXT, I noticed them really kind of highlighting the youth of their roster throughout the night, though, along with that, and mentioning that different people on their roster were NIL athletes. I mean, that's definitely a big call to, we got a young, hungry roster, guys. And I actually liked it.
Yeah, I think that that's very important, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. We got Tunde Uad here who says, Denise and Chinedu, my bro, will WWE let Alba Fyre and Roxanne hold the titles until the draft and drop them like they did for Ilya? I hope I see that. Well, the draft won't be till like a very long time from now, so I feel like Alba Fyre and Roxanne Perez probably won't be champions by then.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I want them to have a long reign though, but like that draft is a long time away though. Although I do want them to have lengthy reigns, not that long. We want to see that and see them drop them and move on up. Hey, possibly a Roxanne end up getting called up to that main roster. You never know.
We're so picky, Chinedu. Like, we're like, we want long reigns. Oh, but not that long. We want it like to the dot on the T. We want everything to be exact. But no, I do feel like those, especially, like, I don't know if Roxanne's reign is going to be too long, only because I feel like there's so many people in that picture now. And I do think that they can go so many different directions. Like, they got a lot of women coming up the pipeline that I think can be champions. And then on top of that, we mentioned Stephanie Backer, we mentioned Julia. Once you get those players in there, I feel like things might change just a little bit. But with Alba Fyre, I don't really see anybody on the horizon necessarily to take away his championship the way that I see it for Roxanne Perez. Even though Roxanne Perez has been an awesome champion, I feel like there's more people coming for her spot than there are people coming for Alba Fyre's spot at the moment.
I definitely agree, Denise. There are a lot more threats in the women's division than there is than the men's North American division. Like, Alba Fyre is comfortably sitting at that top right now. Roxanne Perez, while she is on top, I mean, she's definitely in a big fight though. I see again so much talent on the women's roster. It's such a great problem to have, in my opinion.
It really is, honestly. I was going to say, I feel like if anything, we're always putting over the NXT women's division. So let's get to it. I want to start off with that main event because I feel like that kind of left. Here's the thing. Every time there's a really good angle to close out a show or a really good match to close out the show, I really feel like it just leaves people in a good mood. So like, even if you didn't love the entire show or there were just a couple of things that you enjoyed, if you liked the ending of the show, that is what is going to leave you feeling good. Because that's what people are going to remember the most. We got Will Chisholm here who says, I think it's safe to say that Roxanne's title run is way better than her first one. Dude, her second title run as NXT Women's Champion was way better than her first one like months ago.
Yes. A while back, man. Like, I think after her first title defense, that kind of like summed it up. This is the better run for her.
Yes, I mean, come on. Okay, she's had her match, with Jordynne Grace. She had that feud with Lola Vice. She had this match with Roxanne Perez. I'm probably forgetting some other matches that she had in between, but those are like really the three key standout moments. And then we'll talk about Thea in just a minute. But those are really some of the standout moments that we have seen for Roxanne Perez as this second champion again.
And I wholly agree. I mean, like, it's like she's making so much history, being so young, and like in this short amount of time on this roster. I almost like, this is a side question. Do you think they'll almost run out of things for Roxanne to do eventually in NXT? How soon do you think that's going to happen? Because she's having so many iconic runs and moments and matches right now.
Yeah, I could see that happening because I had just put out a tweet right now following this match. I put Thea Hail is 20 years old. Roxanne Perez is 22 years old. I know, and I say this all the time because whenever it came to like Roxanne Perez and whether or not she was going to go to the main roster, people were sort of very anxious for Roxanne to go to the main roster, right? I wasn't anxious for her to go because I knew that she was so young that it kind of felt like she still had more that she could do over on NXT. Like, she didn't have to be rushed out the door like some other people. But I do think that Roxanne, okay, she's already won. She won the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. Done. She has already held the NXT Women's Championship now 2 times. Done. I'm pretty sure there was, what else has she done on there? Was she a tag team champion?
She was
a tag team champion, right?
Yeah.
Cora Jade, thank you. Cora Jade, women's tag team champion. Cool. So she has done a lot of these things. Now it's just a matter of, making these memorable feuds, which is what you were kind of bringing up just a minute ago. But for example, even when she goes to the main roster, because she is so young, let's say that she has a year like Bianca Belair. When Bianca Belair went in, it was like, bam, Royal Rumble winner, bam, women's champion, bam, WrestleMania. Like things were happening so quickly for her like that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if by the time Roxanne Perez is 25, she would have already accomplished, or 25, 26, 27, somewhere around there, mid-20s, that she would have already accomplished all of these major accolades that people dream about in WWE, because again, she is so young. So you have so much freaking time. Think about it. By the time she's 27, she could have already done it, been there, done it all, and isn't even in her 30s yet. Like, I hate to be like thinking so ahead of the future, but let's be real, like that can happen.
It can. And again, she's so young, and you see all the things she's done already. And just the thing, she's done all this and still can't rent a car. I feel so old about that, man. You know that? She can't rent a car, y'all. This girl can put half that roster through a table, but cannot rent a car to get to that arena. Okay? Yeah. She's that young. And it's amazing.
I'm jealous. I think we're all just a little bit jealous right now, to be honest. Yeah. Thank you so much to Will Chisholm. We got Christopher Santo here who says, I love zombie Wendy Chu. I think we still need a little bit more there, because we were doing the whole, what did I miss? Did we got a funny joke that I missed?
No, it's just like the fact he said I love zombie, because I'm looking at her like that's so weird, because she's so weird right now. Like I love it too, Chris, because like she's like, it's so what you just said. It's like I need more, because so far she's just really creepy to me right now. I thought it was funny.
She's just there though. Like, I don't know what her story is. Like, what's going on with you, girl? I feel like they need to give us one of those fancy NXT videos to explain this.
Yes, something, because it's like I kind of get it, but then I don't. It's like she's just there. It was really creepy. It's like, what are you doing? She's just there, just like, okay, we'll see what happens.
Okay, so we got a question here that is going to require me to look it up really quickly. This is from John Deller, who says, has there ever been a 3-time NXT Women's Champion? I'm going to go ahead and say, so Shayna Baszler had 2 reigns, Charlotte Flair had 2 reigns, and Roxanne Perez is now in her 2nd reign. So no, there has not been a woman that has been NXT champion 3 times. So right now, again, Roxanne and Shayna and Charlotte are the only ones that have held it 2 times. Longest reigning, I believe, is still it's still Asuka. Hers is going to be very difficult to beat. That's 522 days. The only person that came close was Shayna Baszler. Mandy Rose did come close. She came at 413 days. And so, yeah, Roxanne, she's barely at 116 days. So if she were to beat Asuka's record, it would be a long time from now.
Hold on, son. And by the way, that Asuka run was amazing. That was amazing NXT, man, because she was out there destroying everybody. I really do hate that her feud with Ember Moon. I felt there was so much more to that feud that we didn't get a chance to get, especially on the main roster. As a side note, I'm sorry.
So get this, Roxanne Perez would have to hold the championship belt for 406 more days to tie Asuka. So 407 more days to defeat her reign, and that's if I did the math correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your word on that math, Denise. I'll take your word for it though. But I do think at that point, I don't think that's gonna happen. She's definitely gonna drop that title in the next 400 days. I don't think they're gonna go that route. There's too many women on this roster.
I know there really is, but then again, we have the NXT North American Women's Championship, so maybe it can happen.
Maybe, because honestly, I personally feel, and I don't know if anyone saw this though. I saw Jada Parker walk by Roxanne and say, "As long as you have it for now." So I saw that little seed planted. So I don't know how long she's gonna have that belt. As much as I love Roxanne Perez, that champion, Jada Parker is a star. She needs that belt. By the way, John, very nice profile picture. If that's actually you, man, cool profile picture, man. Background scenery is just dope.
But I can't imagine, like, I think Jada Parker, and I know you're a fan of Jada Parker. I know everyone here is a fan of Jada Parker. I'm a fan of Jada Parker, but I don't see her defeating Roxanne Perez for the title, but I do see her being a hot challenger and a tough one at that, because she's tough, man. She went out there today and she had this squash match with Kendall Gray. I mean, she basically ate her up for freaking dinner.
She really did. And like, I like the fact that the announce team put emphasis on that fact that although she's a heel, she's a strong heel. Like, she told her crew, OTM, I got this, go to the back. Like, she handles it. And they put emphasis on the fact that she knows how to handle her business on her own. And I really did like that tidbit in there. They put it on commentary. And it was just a really good match. And again, like you said, I agree. I don't see her winning the title, but again, very hot challenger.
Has she even been appearing with OTM anymore?
Not really. And that's what I was saying. It's like, I'm sure they're great guys, but when you see that group, Jada Parker's the breakout. I don't really put too much emphasis on the other guys. Like, I don't mean to be mean. I don't know their names. I know they're good talents, probably good guys
Price
and all that.
And Lucian Price and Miles?
And it's like, and it's not like that they're bad. It's just like the way they've been booked on here.
Sorry, Bronco Nima.
Bronco Nima?
Yeah, Lucian Price and Bronco Nima.
Bronco
right?
Nima. And again, no disrespect to those guys, because you could tell behind the scenes, I think that they really are like good friends, like they're really cool and all that. But like the way it's been booked, like I feel they haven't been booked as interesting enough to be, a noteworthy team on TV right now. Like, they haven't been booked that way. Jada Parker, however, has.
Dude, I want them to continue booking Jada Parker and Lash Legend strongly, and then we got to get like what's the term for like meaty women? What's the term?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the term is.
Yeah, because it's like, big meaty men slapping meat. That's the guys. What do the girls slap?
Tough, bulky women. Like, what's the term that we use? I don't know what the term is.
I don't know either, man. We got
like, who's the alpha female of NXT, right? Because Roxanne Perez is a champion, great, but she's not a big girl. Like, she's not tall, she's very petite. So it feels like, who's gonna be like the person that goes in there and is like the Gunther of the women? Like, who is that?
Yeah. Who is the awesome Kong of this mountain? I'll put it that way.
There you go. Yes. Okay. So who would that be for the women? I feel like they can tell a good story. Like, there have potential women that could be in that spot. Lash Legend's one of them. I think Jada Parker's one of them.
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to think if there's another girl that I'm not thinking of at the moment right now. If Jordan Grace were to come, if she were to sign with NXT, she would be it. She would be it like at the very top.
Oh, yeah. Those three for sure. That would be a great triple threat too, man. That would be like, you got three strong ladies in there throwing down. I would love to see it too, because like I don't want to use the term heavyweights, because these are ladies, are very lovely ladies. I don't want to know that. I don't want to be offensive like that.
Calling me a heavyweight?
Yeah, I don't want to be like that, but like yeah, I want to say it that way. But these ladies, these very talented, gorgeous ladies, are definitely the awesome Kongs of this division, and I definitely would love to see a Jada Parker Lash Legend clash down that line too, because like you said, they're both being booked very well, especially Lash Legend. Like tonight, although they didn't win that tag match, I felt what happened should have happened. We got heel champions attacking from behind, take the advantage, keep Lash Legend out the ring because she's the stronger one, and Lash Legend did not take the pin. I felt that was perfect.
It really was. And I think for the most part, nobody here was expecting for Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn to drop the titles to Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. But hey, it gave them a match for both teams. It's like, okay, cool. Lash and Jakara, they get a tag team match. Great, because we had not been seeing Lash Legend for a couple of weeks. And then for Alba and Isla Dawn, come on, we've broken this down so many times. The poor girls, like, they're not even getting freaking TV time as champions. I mean, they are, but it's very scarce. It's not the kind of TV time that you would expect the champions to get. Yeah,
like they haven't defended the titles on a single PLE yet, have they?
No, because they just won in Scotland, and then that was basically it. And I'm pretty sure they're going to drop the titles to Bianca and Jade pretty soon.
Oh yeah, they are. And Great American Bash doesn't count as a PLE, does it?
Great American Bash, no.
No, okay.
No, that won't count. All right. We got Chindedu Ogu here who says, which NXT stars do y'all see at the Rumble? well, Roxanne Perez has been in twice already, so I would put her in there again. I could see them adding Ruca. I think that they trust her to do that. Oh, Lola Vice. I can see them trusting Lola Vice to be in it. Those would probably be the three that I can think of right now.
I think I would say, again, I'm biased. I want to see a Jada Parker and a Lash Legend face off with a Nia Jax and one of them stare downs by power for power. I think will be a really good spot for those two ladies in there. And you said Ruca. I think that would be a really great appearance for her, man, because she's very fun, very lively, and like her finisher is very exciting. The crowd would love it.
Can you imagine if she found a way? And it's even cooler if she were to do it in the Royal Rumble, because you would have the anticipation of like, oh my God, is she going to get eliminated while she's trying to do the Soul Snatcher?
Oh, yes. Listen, it writes NXT. We need to hire Denise and put on this creative. It says this money. Write the check for Denise already, man. And it's so random. By the way, I mean, about Denise. She mentioned some great videos to watch, guys. I don't know if you guys caught it. If you're just coming in, great interviews that she has on here. They're awesome stuff. You need to watch it. I personally enjoy the Danhausen interview. I also watched CM Punk interview myself. It's a very good interview. She interviewed CM Punk, y'all. What the fuck? CM Punk, y'all, okay? Go watch that interview, okay? Let me be an ass. No. Can we cuss? I don't want to cuss.
Oh yeah, you can cuss.
Yeah, don't be an asshole out here. Oh yeah, it's really cool video. I'll watch later. Watch it right now, okay? Here's the rhyme, okay? Don't be a dick. Give the video a click, okay? Support the channel.
I love that. I was gonna say that is such a great slogan. Don't be a dick. Give it a click.
Yes. It costs you nothing. All these people. Don't watch some videos, y'all.
If you
don't be a dick, give it a click.
Oh my God, I'm done. Don't be a dick, give it a click.
Yes. Go watch those videos, guys. I'm sorry, that was random. Watch some videos for Denise, y'all. They're great videos, great content on a fucking daily basis, y'all. Go watch some videos, y'all. Yes.
So I teased that we were going to talk about Thea Hail and Roxanne Perez. So let's get to it. Here we go, because people want to get into it. So this was the main event, and we kind of talked about how this was a pretty momentous thing, given that, you got a 20-year-old versus 22-year-old. They're both kicking ass. Roxanne Perez, we've talked quite a bit about her reign. But here's the thing, man. I feel like Thea Hail, this was perfect. Perfect, because although she did not win, she freaking came out looking like $1,000,000 in this match, man. Dude, that back and forth that we were seeing between Roxanne and Thea, when Roxanne would get her in the crossface and Thea would get her in the Kimura, and they would go back and forth, outside the ring, back in the ring. I thought, oh my God, there was a few times where I legitimately thought, what if they just decide to freaking surprise us because they want us to react to something, and they just have Thea Hail win here? There were a couple of moments where I went against my better judgment, and I said there might be a chance that Thea might actually grab this. And the reason why I thought that was because of all of the back and forths. When Thea Hail hit the Michinoku driver, that was freaking awesome. And the moment that Roxanne Perez hit the Pop Rocks, I knew it was over and that was it for Thea. But I feel like they did so much here, to the point where when she hit the Pop Rocks, I was almost a little disappointed that the match was ending. Like, I didn't want the match to end. I wanted it to keep going because I was having such a good time. And I was so happy that when Roxanne Perez freaking raked her in the eyes, I was so freaking thrilled that did not lead to the finish, because I would have been so irritated. I loved that we still got to see more in that matchup, even following that spot that we all thought would be the end of this match. But this was really great stuff. How'd you feel about it, Chinedu?
I love this match, Denise. It was amazing. I think this is Thea Hail's best showing in that NXT ring. This was her best match ever. This was way better than when she faced Tiffany Stratton at Great American Bash last year. This was by leaps and far. This should get a match of the year like Canada. This should be up there in one of the nominations for this year, because they tore that house down. I really thought for a second that Thea Hail was going to win this title. I got when Roxanne kicked, I was like, oh, I got out my chair. And I was like, oh, they got me. They get you.
Yeah.
They got me. I thought it was an amazing match, and I felt like they kept Thea Hail looking strong. I mean, we all felt ultimately she wouldn't win, though, but I love the fact that it was a great back and forth match. She came out looking so strong in the end. Like, she really did. And she had nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, even in real life, this was an amazing performance for Thea Hail. I mean, like just top notch. And again, if they decide to like break her off or Chase U right now, put her on a run, hey, I think the crowd will be all behind it though. But I mean, I think they'll keep Chase U though. But it's just still overall just a great showing for Thea Hail, man. It was amazing.
But see, that's the thing now. After this match, you have to make the argument that Thea belongs in this spot. Like she should be good. You know, when you see these girls come in and go out of this title picture, right? Challengers for Roxanne Perez, we kind of can predict who it might be, who might be next or what they're going to do. But I feel like Thea Hail basically just said, stop putting baby in the corner. Baby in the corner. Don't do that anymore to Thea Hail. She belongs in the spotlight as a competitor, not just the personality, because I feel like because she does have such a great personality, persona, charisma, you name it, they've been more so relying on her showing that. Yes. People want to see her wrestle. We want to see Thea Hail wrestle. And I feel like she leaves us wanting more. And I feel like so much time goes by between her and these like really good matches because she's so caught up in the Chase U storylines and what's Ridge Holland doing and what's going on with these guys and what's going on with them, that when you put her in there, for example, you mentioned Tiffany Stratton and we're talking about this match here with Roxanne, when you put her in there with these kinds of girls, she has some awesome freaking matches. Even the feud that she did with Jayne, I thought that the Jayne's match with Thea Hail was better than what she did with Gigi Dolan. And they had like a crazy feud, right? So I just feel like Thea Hail, we need to see her wrestle more often because she needs to be part of that conversation now, because today she proved that she should be in that conversation when you think of the very best females that they have coming down on NXT.
I wholeheartedly agree, Denise, because when I see what her treatment over the past year, it reminds me of the way they've been treating Zelina Vega on the main roster. Like, here's this dope talent who can wrestle, who can go, but she's kind of like not background, but involved in storylines that aren't really highlighting her talents in the ring as much. And I really hope that Thea Hail can break out of it. You know, much love to Chase U, because I do feel what the writing on the wall is. If you pull out Thea Hail, Chase U's done. That's kind of what they got going. No one's going to be interested anymore. She's really the highlight character of it. You know, when she was going through her bad girl phase and when she was going through her, I like, you know, the Aussie guy, you know, the guy from Australia. No, where is he from?
Riley Osborne.
Riley Osborne, yes. You know, me and Riley Osborne.
Married with Blair Davenport?
Huh?
Did you know Riley Osborne and Blair Davenport got married?
Really?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter a couple days ago. Congratulations to them, but I had no idea they were a couple. I was like, oh shit.
I had no idea either. Okay, congrats, guys. Well, I mean, I didn't know. Well, they do a great job of keeping their stuff like low profile. They do a great job of that.
Yeah.
Very good job. But yeah, wow. Congrats to them. Congrats.
I know. I thought it was random too. I go on Twitter and I'm just scrolling and all of a sudden it pops up on my account and I was like, oh shit, that's interesting. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, someone says it happened on Friday. Thank you. Okay, I saw that on Twitter and I was like, I had no idea they were a couple.
I didn't know either. Congrats to them.
I still remember when I found out that Trick Williams and Lash Legend were a couple. And I didn't even realize it because I had been at the Bianca Montez Ford Love and WWE event. And I was interviewing somebody. I think it might have been Lola Vice or something. And in the background, you see Trick and Lash Legend together. But because I was doing the interview, I didn't see them together behind me. And then it wasn't until it happened on TV where I was like, what? They're a couple? And then all of a sudden people were like, Denise, they literally came out behind your interview. You didn't even know. And I was like, nope, didn't even know.
See, that's how folks were on the job, man. That's a good thing, man. We ain't out here worried about gossip. Like, we were focused on the job. But it is amazing that they're couples. Like, because I would never put them together at all. Like in my mind, like it never dawned on me. I want to put them together at all. I never even thought about it.
You're like, no, we're like fanfic where it's like whatever you see. Have you ever, like when you watch a movie or a TV show and you just love a couple and you're like, oh, I wish they were like the real exact characters in real life. And I wish that they were married in real life. Like I always wish that whenever I really love like a TV couple.
Me too, man. Like whenever, like for me, like I give it like you see the Ross and Rachels, and you see them people like that. I would love you guys to be together, and then you find out they're not nothing like who they are in real life. But it's just interesting just to know that these couples be existing out here like this dating like that. Like inside, just a so random story. Trick Williams was in Houston one time, right? When I tell you this guy's a star, he came to Trill Burgers out here, right, with Booker T and Bun B. When I tell you this dude had a line, it was so many people there to meet Trick Williams and all Bun B and all that. That guy, like he really does have a growing fan base, y'all. So I really do wish him the best.
Hell yeah, I love to hear that. All right, here we go. We got Stephen Marchuli here who says Roxanne Perez versus Thea Hail was 100, both bright futures on main. Roxanne and Cora working as a team down the line, ? I don't know when Cora Jade is coming back. I know she put out a couple of teases during the last pay-per-view for Heatwave, but I think that was just to kind of get her name in the news cycles, of course, get some buzz for herself. But I think it's still going to be a while. I don't know what will happen down the line because I feel like once Roxanne does drop that women's championship and she finishes off whatever story she's doing at that time, I think she's off to the main roster after that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the kind of rivalry between those two, I think it's going to be on NXT only, and I think it's probably just at this point it's run its course because again we have no idea when Cora Jade's coming back. I think they said like it's going to be a while before she comes back too though. So I don't think they're going to keep her on NXT that long. I think they got other plans for Roxanne already. But Steven, Glorious Beard.
Oh, who's Steven?
Yeah, Glorious Beard, man. This Glorious Beard, brother. Shout out to Steven.
Glorious.
I'm glad
talking a long ass time, man. Glorious. How does it go again?
I will defend.
I will defend.
Oh my God.
I remember the beat. I don't remember the words. Glorious.
It's a lot. It's an interesting thing. So he was attacked with Chad Gable with that theme too. It's so crazy. These things happened.
I will defend something. All right. I know someone down here is going to get it. Someone in the chat here is going to be like, guys, here are the lyrics. I remember when Till I'm Victorious. Thank you. I remember when that song was freaking at all people could talk about on social media. It was a freaking glorious song. It was a good song. Really good song.
It was. And then and like Robert Roode pulled it off too, man. You can give him anything and he'll make it work. But he just had the whole thing. He just dove right into it. And I really wish it had like gotten more traction on the main roster. That was a World Heavyweight Championship gimmick waiting to happen.
All righty. And we got Kaden Crawford here who says, I see Julia based on reports. I see Julia breaks Asuka's record and is the first person to pin Asuka. Please, Roxanne on Raw. Sorry, SmackDown sucks. Roxanne can do better on Raw. Love you guys. I do love SmackDown. I feel like SmackDown's a good show. It's a show that obviously people get slept on because Monday Night Raw is always the more popular show. But there was several weeks recently where I felt like SmackDown was the show. Like people that to me, and there's times where I still think SmackDown's a better show than Raw. It just really depends on what they're doing because again, it's 2 hours, so it's going to hit a lot nicer, flow a lot smoother.
Absolutely, I agree.
But it's so hard to predict anything for Julia right now because until she comes in, until we see how she does on NXT and how she's presented on NXT, it's really hard to predict anything. So like predicting her to like beat Asuka's record, it's still so. To me, it's a stretch right now just because it's so far from right now. So right now, I don't see it happening only because it just feels like I got to see what we're working with first. What are we working with? Like, what does Julia look like on NXT? Once we see that, then we can kind of run from there. But thank you so much to Kaden Crawford. We got Will Chisholm here who says, and if Asuka didn't hurt her shoulder, that run would be longer. Yeah, there you go. I almost forgot about that too, to be honest.
She had vacated, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so. Damn, my memory is so rusty on that. But Asuka, man, it's so. Sometimes, what was I watching? I forgot what I was watching. It was probably a SummerSlam because I'm always watching SummerSlam. But I was watching like Asuka, and I always think about the fact that she is such a freaking great wrestler, but yet her runs. They always just dismissed her as a champion on the main roster. And that was always kind of irritating to see. But anyways, I do love Asuka. I think she's such a great wrestler, though. She's fun to watch.
That's a really good perspective, Denise, because I've always wondered that, too. Like, whether or not they're actually, like, it. And then I wonder, too, sometimes, like, does it bother them sometimes that their runs, because they're so talented, does it bother them? Or are they, happy that they're on TV, doing what they love, making a lot of money? There's that part, too. But I feel the competitor in them. Sometimes, like, I want it better.
I guess it depends on the person, right?
Yeah, because I know a lot of people were feeling that the same way about Shinsuke. They're like, he's too talented to be doing what he's doing. But then they said in an interview, asked him, he was like, guys, I'm in my 40s, make 6 figures, I'm happy. Archer said the same thing. He's like, I'm happy, guys, I'm happy. So I guess it's, all depends on who you ask.
Yeah, it is true. It really is true. I always think about the Jon Moxley story where I think he said he was like right before he left to AEW, he was offered another contract by WWE and he didn't even like open the envelope or the letter or whatever to see the amounts. Like he didn't want to see how much money it was because then, money talks and you're going to be like, I'm going to stay for this money. But hey, if you want something else, then you're going to go pursue something else, right? Like everybody is different. Everybody's different. We got Arnold Nicholson Jr. who says Jada Parker should win NXT North American Women's Championship. I can see that happening. So next week, by the way, we're getting Tatum Paxley versus Kalani Jordan for the NXT North American Women's Championship. And Kalani had that really great match with Ruca. They freaking killed it. We were here talking about it. Good stuff. But they don't seem to do a lot with her on the weekly television. And I think that has sort of been the thing where I'm like, what's going on here? Like she gets these big moments on the PLEs, but on weekly television, you can honestly kind of forget that she's the champion, and that's not good. You don't want that.
That's actually very true too, because I'm thinking about it right now. Seeing her in the segment right now, I was like, oh yeah, there's Kalani. That's right. I felt that way. Oh, it's good to see her again because she's not featured that way, like as like someone who's a mainstay on television, and like I said on PLEs, she'll show out. And I don't know if it's because they don't believe in her mic skills all the way, or they just don't find, they just don't have time for her, something like that, though. But they need to rectify that, though, because she should be on there a lot more as the champion.
Doesn't feel so. Like the story right now with her and Tatum Paxley is again the same story that it's Tatum's thing. Tatum is obsessed with champions. She's obsessed with champions with gold, and now she's doing the whole Barbie thing, and now she's obsessed with Tatum Paxley the way that she was for Lash Legend. So that's just kind of her thing. So it's more so Tatum's story that just so happened to involve Kalani Jordan, but we don't really have Kalani Jordan in terms of a big story. This is more so Tatum's story, in my opinion, because it's her thing. That's what she does. She gets obsessed with champions. So I'm looking at this and I'm going, I feel like they're mostly just presenting Kalani as a competitor. Is that a bad thing? No. She's just going out there and she's just a competitor. Cool. But I do want to see her wrestle more on weekly television.
Yeah, especially with that title. So that good-looking, amazing title, man, like that should be seen on TV a whole lot more. But Arnold, to your point, I do think Jada would be a great person to dethrone her. Let's say she comes out, defends it, a distraction from Tatum, from Tatum, something like that. Give Jada the win. Something heelish. I'm cool with that. But yeah, I think this title will look good on Jada Parker, man. She's a great talent.
It's so crazy to me now that I think about it, like how many women they really do have on the show, because we're like, okay, we're not seeing that much of Kalani Jordan, who's a champion. I know the fans here want to see more of Tatum Paxley because the last time we saw her wrestle on NXT, she surprised us all with that 630, and we're like, what? Tatum Paxley 630? We want to see more of Tatum Paxley. And then we're sitting here also going, well, we need to see more of Jada. Where the hell is Michin? We want to see more of Michin. Like there are so many of these girls that we want to see more of. Oh my God, they're almost overflowing with the ladies on NXT because they really do got a lot of options.
It really is overflowing right now. And then you think about the women who are on the roster now and think about the ones who are injured. You got your Cora Jades, Nikita Lyon. Remember her, guys? Yeah. She's there. And so it's all these other people on this roster. It's so many women on this roster and it's only so many spots. And if anything, to me as a fan, it makes it all the more exciting to see how competitive this gets, because in the end, I know it's all love for everybody, but it's still a sport, still competition, and there can only be so many people at the top.
I agree. We got Matt Logan here who says nobody was happier to see the Joe Hendry concert get interrupted. Let's get into the Joe Hendry concert because that was a big highlight of the show. He goes out there and does this concert where he's basically, talking shit about Gallas, saying no one likes Gallas, and talks about their facial hair and that they got banned from Scotland because of their facial hair. And he's going to do this encore, but Gallas comes out and interrupts. And I was so pissed when Gallas came out to interrupt Joe Hendry because I wanted to get the encore. I wanted to get the encore.
I did too.
Did you like the concert?
First of all, I enjoyed the concert. All right. First, when he pulled in Booker T, that was funny. All right. Yeah. He pulled in Booker T. Yeah, Booker T, Dutch Mantel, like that was for the wrestling fans and for those of you that got that. I cannot wait to watch his podcast, see what he thinks of what he thought about it, when they review it over there. But I thought it was very good. And of course, Joe Henry's theme song is my favorite. I was excited to sing it, and I felt like that was perfect heel heat for Gallas to come out and interrupt it, because that really did tank the move, everybody. We were pissed. And I think it was really good heel heat on them. And even more heel heat, the fact that nobody came to Joe Henry's aid, like they left him laying. So that was nobody came out to help him. I was like, dang, bro, is this because he was TNA? I thought he was cool with some of y'all.
Right. Oh, you know who should have came out? And I know he's wrapped up in his own problems right now. Trick Williams.
Yeah, didn't he? Yeah, like didn't he come and help you?
Trick, he helped him. Why couldn't he help him? Trick Williams could have helped him out. The Rascals, because they're at least TNA people. It could just be like a TNA thing. I don't know.
Yes.
Somebody who else could have helped him out. Hank and Tank, the host. They're funny. They're good guys. They could have just gone out there and helped them out.
Yes. What was the young OG doing besides his video segment? He could have came out and did something, man. Come on. Don't leave him hanging.
Exactly. They really just left Joe Hendry out there hanging. But afterwards, he does this promo, and he's like leaving his hotel or whatever, and they catch him there, and we find out that we're going to see this match between Joe Hendry versus Joe Coffey at Great American Bash week 2. So we'll be talking about that next week. So here we go. We're finally getting a Joe Hendry singles match on NXT. I think this will be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. And again, I don't know when this TNA contract expires, but when that contract expires, he is NXT bound, guys. I think we can all safely say that based on the way he's being booked on here, video segment. Like look at the time they gave to Joe, a TNA star at the Great American Bash. He's definitely coming to NXT soon, guys. There's no way.
I feel you, man. I feel you. All right, we got Will Chisholm here who says it felt like the NXT women was working like they knew Julia and Stephanie Vacker are coming soon. So they're stepping their game up. That's a good thing. It definitely is a good thing. And I feel like, but that's the thing. I feel like this division has been working really hard. They really have. Like, this is not, like, we haven't even been only talking about this for like a month. Like, we've been talking about this now for, I feel like half a year, maybe even more than that, where all of a sudden it was like the women are the reason you're tuning in for the show. Obviously, not so much as there was a period like right before Ethan Page came in. I mean, this might as well could have been rebranded into an all-women show at this point for NXT. But once they brought in more guys, Ethan Page, Sean Spears, once we got more guys coming in, Javon Evans, all of these new names are being presented. Joe Hendry, we got the NXT, things changed. And then finally, we were seeing more of an emphasis on the men's division, which definitely helped out a whole lot. But yeah, there was a time where this felt like it could have been an all-women show because of how many matches we were getting for the women, how much more depth there was in their roster, really.
And I agree. Like, I mean, just in terms of the depth of it, like Roxanne Perez, Thea Hail, Lola Vice, Fallon Henry, and let's say Kalani, just those 5 women alone could have filled up this entire show with their storylines. You could have filled this entire show just with those 5 women, and it would have been a really great show. So, yeah.
Thank you so much to Will Chisholm. We got Fonzie Fields who says we are going to call it Who's the Big Mama of NXT. Stop it. Who's the Big Mama? Honestly, that's a really cute name. Did you ever watch, back when I was little, I used to watch Big Mama's House?
Of course. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I used to love that movie as a little kid. I haven't seen it in years. Like, I don't even remember what the hell happened in the movie, but I used to love Big Mama's House.
Oh yeah, man. Martin Lawrence too, especially when he was movie bag. Big Mama's House was hilarious, man. Like all of them. And then I remember when I first watched it, I loved it because it was Martin and it was neat. I think Nia Long was his love interest in that movie. I think, if I'm not mistaken. And Nia Long is Nia Long, man. If I'm not mistaken, I think I remember that right. But Big Mama's House is hilarious, man. Shout out to Martin, which reminds me, I need to go see Bad Boys 4. So I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen Bad Boys 1, 2, 3, or 4. I've never seen Bad Boys. I didn't even know there was a fourth one coming out until you said it right now. I was like, oh, Bad Boys is still a thing?
Really? No way. How did you? What?
We're talking about Bad Boys, the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it.
Denise, you're breaking my heart here. Yeah, what about cop?
I was like, it's because I don't like cop movies. I get so bored. Like there's certain movies where I'm like, oh, that's boring. Like Aliens, boring. Sci-fi, boring. Cop movies, boring. What other movies do I find boring? I don't know. Like they're not the ones that like tickle my pickle. I just don't get interested in them. I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't want to watch that. You know, for the longest time, I didn't want to watch Planet of the Freaking Apes. I still haven't seen Godzilla because I don't want to. I did watch Planet of the Apes, by the way, and I ended up really liking it. I only watched one movie though, and I was so upset at myself because the whole time I avoided the movie because I was like, I don't want to see a movie about apes. Like that's so stupid. And then I ended up watching Planet of the Apes, and I ended up getting really interested in it. And then, but I still haven't seen Godzilla because I don't want to see a movie about no dinosaur or whatever Godzilla is supposed to be. A dinosaur, right?
Yeah, he's a dinosaur.
Okay, I was gonna say he's not like some like mythical.
Oh my God, Denise.
Animal.
All right. Wait, Denise, let me ask. Okay.
And that's why I haven't seen Avatar. I'm like, that looks so like sci-fi-ish, blue aliens. I'm out.
I gotta listen with Avatar. I gotta tell you, I watched Avatar in movie theaters. When I tell you, I had to watch it again to figure out what it was about. Like, I don't know if I just kept missing it. I was just like, okay, they want to take the land, and this is a long movie, and this is like it's like 3 hours. Man, that's a lot. So you didn't. To me, you didn't miss much.
Do that. Yeah. You know, I watched one of my friends put over The Shape. Do you remember The Shape of Water?
Yeah. Wait.
The one where isn't it like a human falls in love with some person or like some animal or something? I don't remember. The Shape of Water. Yeah, it's whatever. All I remember is that one of my friends hyped it up for me like so much, and yeah, it's like it falls in love with like this. Yeah, with this like animal. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's about a human girl who falls in love with this like, I don't know, whatever the hell the thing is, right? My friend hyped it up for me, and I thought this is not a movie that I would be interested in because again, it's like sci-fi weird shit. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. So I go and I watch Shape of Water, and I thought it was the most boring movie of my life, and I don't even think I got through it. I was like, I'm out. This is terrible.
Isn't that the worst when like a friend recommends like a bullshit movie? It almost hurts the friendship a little bit. Like, why would you waste my time like that, man? I wasted 40 minutes of my life watching this movie.
Yeah, see, I'm very particular with certain things where I'm like, nah, it has that in it. I'm out. I'm not watching it.
Yeah, at all.
So anyways, that's why I haven't seen the cop one.
But listen, it's a great movie, guys in the comment section. Everybody, please tell Denise how great Bad Boys is. It's hilarious. It's a great franchise. By the way, Fonzie Fields, great profile pick. If that's really you, Fonzie Fields, nice profile pick, man. Nice shades, man. Are those Ray-Bans? Very nice.
That's so funny. Okay. By the way, I'm seeing a lot of people are saying that the Avatar movie is very overrated. Some people do like The Shape of Water, although I do agree with Sask Ryder here who says that it's a typical prestige Oscar bait movie. Yes, I feel like there are certain movies that they're like, oh my God, it's won so many awards. It's so great. And then I go and I watch it. I'm like, this is the most boring effing movie of my life. What are we doing?
And like, it'll be these boring movies and they'll clean up at the Oscars. Like, who watched this for this to win all this?
Yeah, that's how I feel too. But anyways, apparently Bad Boys is good. Everybody's telling me Bad Boys is great. Bad Boys rules.
Yes.
I haven't even watched Mission Impossible. I haven't watched that. I haven't watched what's that really? Oh my gosh, the one that's super famous with the guy that says his name. Oh my gosh, he goes, "Hi, I'm so and so, so and so." He repeats his last name or his first name. It's like the super it's the super 007. It's the super famous one. I think Idris Elba plays him at one point.
James Bond?
James Bond.
James Bond. Yes. The name is Bond. James Bond.
Yes, James Bond. I haven't seen that movie either because, again, it's those action pew-pew movies. I don't like those movies.
You know, I feel, on the real, I feel you like, because I feel like with a 007 movie, because they reboot them every few years, you can just tune in and catch a random one. And it's just, I feel you on that. Although I think it was rumored that Idris was going to do it. I don't think he ever did it, but I think he would be a great one. He didn't, but if he did, because there was rumors though that he was going to do it. Though I think they had him cast for it at one point, But if he does do it eventually, I'm an Idris fan. I would love to see him play that role. I think he'd be great at it.
I do too. Do you want to know a fun Idris Elba fact?
I do.
Did you know Taylor Swift used his voice for a London boy?
Are you serious?
Yeah. He has his line goes, "We can go riding on a scooter."
That's him?
You've heard that. That's Idris Elba.
That is amazing. Listen, by the way, y'all, listen, Taylor Swift, listen, I know there's a whole Beyonce versus Taylor Swift thing. I like both artists, y'all. So when I say what I say about Taylor Swift, please, all my Beehive people, if they're in here, please know I'm a big Beyonce. I'm a Beehive too. So I'm saying that, you know how people get with, but Taylor, my daughter is a big Taylor Swift fan. And it's like, I don't know, she didn't realize it until we were singing the songs, because she watched Sing 2 in the movies and all that. So all these movies,
oh yeah, it's
songs,
Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah, so she's singing these songs and she's like, "Who sings these songs?" I was like, "That's Taylor Swift. That's Taylor Swift. Who's Taylor Swift?" And we're looking up and, "Oh my God, I like it." She's so, again, we're going next year to Houston. I'm taking the whole family. So when she comes back here to Toyota Center and she sells it out, I think she did NRG? I think she either did 2 nights at Toyota Center or 2 nights at NRG. But regardless, she's a super heavyweight out here in these tour games. And I've heard nothing but great things about her show. I told my daughter, let's get ready. It's gonna be a great experience. Tickets are insane. Okay, I gotta tell a lot of jokes. Okay, to make up for what I spent on Taylor Swift. Okay? I gotta get on the road to make up for what I'm about to spend on these Taylor Swift tickets, y'all. But I'm very excited for her to see it, and that's just I'm gonna go back and listen to that song "London Boy" again and hear Idris on there.
Because we could go riding on my scooter. I love his accent because he has like a British accent. That's my British accent impersonation. You can go driving on my scooter.
The scooter, well, bro, yeah, bro. It's wild when you hear, because when I first saw him, I thought he was American, so I saw him in movies only. I never seen interviews. I've seen interviews. Oh yeah, man, I went down to the telly for the movie, get ready for the role, bro. And I was like, what the?
You're like, who's this? What the hell?
Yeah, it's like, bro, I thought she was black. Where are you? I'm scared. Where are you from? What? Where are you from?
Amazing. That's
from Britain, bro. Oh wow, they got black people in Britain. That's natural. Like, black people out there for real. Yeah, bro. Okay, wow. Okay.
I love that. You need to do a skit on that. I think that would be kind of fun if you did a skit on that.
I think I might. Maybe right there. That little note for
skit
later.
Idea right there.
We got. Tell you, there's certain... Sorry.
Oh no, go for it. What were you gonna say, Chindedu?
No, because there's just certain actors nowadays that you don't know are British, and they're British. Like the dude from Get Out, all these guys are British. You have no idea.
The guy from Get Out is British? The main guy?
Yeah, he's British.
Oh, no idea. I did watch Get Out. Yeah, I did watch that. Yeah. Okay. Cameron Mumford says, "Hey Denise, first off, awesome Mariah May interview. Always killing it. Chinedu, you can refer Lash and Jada as Amazons." Ooh, I think that's a compliment, right?
Yeah. Amazons is tough, but very, very, very strong women. No nonsense girls will whoop your ass.
Because Wonder Woman was an Amazon, wasn't she not?
Yeah, she was. She was Amazon.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's Amazon. Yeah.
So then there you go. Like you're being compared to Wonder Woman. I love that. All right, we got David Primero who says NXT is on fire. 4 women's match was great. What do you think about Fallon Henley's new finisher? Maybe her dethroning Kalani Jordan for the NXT North American title. Can't wait for Julia. So we did get this 3-on-3 match here with Karmen, so Ruca, Lola versus Jacy, Jazmyn, and Fallon Henley. And the first thing that I want to say though is specifically speaking for the baby faces, I thought that Karmen and So Ruca, I could see them being a tag team, by the way. Not so much Lola. Lola's off doing her own thing, but I can see Karmen and Soul being a tag team. They had some cool little tag team moments during this match that got my got the wheel spinning. And then as for Jacy, Jazmyn, and Fallon, I'm assuming they're going to do some sort of group, maybe like a Toxic Attraction 2.0. But if they are, I want to get to that already. Like, I want to know, I want to see them in matching gear. I want to see them with a name. I want to see them with a shtick. I want to see what's happening because so far, I don't know if the Fallon Henley heel turn has really paid off yet. I know she had those matches with Thea Hail. Those were good stuff that we saw there with her and Fallon and Thea. But I don't know. It doesn't feel like, it felt like the moment happened when she turned heel, it felt like something really big was going to come off of that.
I agree. Like the heel turn, again, and it's not that she's not doing, it's not that she's not, giving it her best as a heel. Like the heel interest and all that, I see it. I can see the change in persona in her character. But it's just like you said too. I felt like more should have happened by now, coming off of that kind of shocking heel turn. Because again, I was very used to Fallon Henley being a good guy. I had gotten very settled in her being a face, and it was good. And she was a good face. So I really felt like there should have been a payoff. Because at this point, it's kind of feeling like, why'd you turn her heel?
Yeah, that's sort of how I feel too. So I'm interested in them forming a girl group, but I hope that's the direction that they're going in, because that's sort of what I feel. Because right now, to me, that's sort of the only reason I see this as a pro, that they got the victory here. Because I'm like, okay, if you give them the win, then this means you're starting to put some, you're starting to put some love into the group, right? You're wanting to start to build them up, and them getting the win over three baby faces, and for the most part, like Soul and Lola I would consider them one of these two of the most popular girls on NXT. So I feel like them getting that victory over them has to mean something for these other girls, for our heels here.
I definitely agree, and as you said earlier too, I need them to go ahead and flip the switch on this, and let's get it started. What's the name? What are we doing? Because I felt like the slow burn can be good, but with the state of the division right now, we need teams already formed. We need this stuff. We need factions already set up. Like same thing on the main roster that was going on with Zoe Starks, Shayna Baszler, and Sonya Deville. Like I see it, but let's get it. Because we need teams already. We gotta get everything. Like we gotta get it going. Let's go.
I was just saying this last night on the Raw post show. I'm like, they need a name fast, because I'm tired of having to run through all three. Like, 2 names is fine. Edge and Christian, cool. Matt and Jeff Hardy, cool. We can say 2 names. Once we get to 3, that's too much work for us.
Exactly. like you said, Edge and Christian, cool. Jeff, cool. Even a Bubba Ray and Devon. I will do that, okay? Even that. But all of these 3, blah, 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 and everyone has a first and last name. Like, listen, okay, guys, look, what's the name, okay? Like you said,
thank you. So we draw the line. 3 names, too much. Speaking of 3s, we got Christopher Santo here who says, Thea, next year, 3rd time's the charm. Hey, it could happen. It could happen. I feel like I think once we see Thea Hail like develop more, I can see her being NXT Women's Champion. And it's going to be like the ultimate babyface moment, because I don't want them to turn Thea heel. She just can't. She's just too... She's even more of a natural babyface than Roxanne. And Roxanne's like hella natural babyface, but I think Thea Hail's even more of a babyface than Roxanne.
Yeah, like I don't even want to even imagine a Thea Hail heel turn right now. Like I don't think it will come off good. And the way her personality is and the way she's over with the crowd, I really can see them coming back to that as a storyline, like full circle redemption for her character. So Christopher, a very good point, Christopher, man. Seriously, like that was I really feel they should do that actually for her first title win. They should go back to it next year, have her like develop over this next year, take her from Jacy U. It's over. Pull it from there. It's over. Pull it from there. Let her develop over the time. Maybe even win the women's North American title first for a little bit, and then like drop it out. Hold it for like a good 2-3 months. Drop it, and then challenge for that title, Great American Bash 2025. I think that'd be a great point, Christopher.
I love it. How are we booking 2025 now? Like, what is happening? We got Heel Hammer here who says, so good to be home. Shout out to all the heels. It's all about the back, hold up, coleslaw. Oh, actually, this was Heel Hammer's gimmick before. He was doing the coleslaw gimmick.
Okay,
right?
shout out to Heel Hammer, man. Yeah.
It's been a while. That's why it took me a second. I was like, wait a minute. Nope, this was a gimmick. I remember this. I remember the coleslaw thing.
Dope gimmick, Heel Hammer, man. And also thanks for Super Chat, man. Glad you're here.
We got It's Really Brian who says, Gallas said Joe Hendry's name at the house show I went to on Friday, and he appeared last week when we were talking about takeovers. The last was 36 in 2021. Oh, okay. So that was the last time they used the takeover name. Takeover 36 in 2021. Damn, that feels like years ago. 2021 wasn't even that long ago. What are we doing?
It wasn't. Damn, that's 3 years ago. Oh my God.
And I'm so glad you got to see Joe Hendry, by the way, at the house show. That's always really fun. There's nothing better than a really good house show that just every time I go to, well, I don't go to house shows anymore, but when I used to, I remember thinking, damn, why didn't they put this on TV? All the time.
I've always heard from my friends that go to house shows because I've never been to any though, but my friends have always told me, they said like the superstars feel so much more relaxed, like they have a lot more fun. they're like interact with the crowd a whole lot more. I was like, that seems really cool. And I'm sure they feel more relaxed without the pressure of live TV and the announcers without somebody screaming in their ear about getting things right or wrong though. So yeah.
We got Jay Hudson here who says, Denise, I love you and Chinedu as a team. He's a effing star. My question is, if Roxanne has that rematch with Jordynne Grace and Jordynne loses, does that discredit the TNA championship? Thoughts? So I know that the first time, first of all, thank you for the nice words for Chinedu. That's why he's here on the channel. It's why he's been welcomed back. Chinedu's like, yes, yes. But I know a lot of people, when Jordynne Grace lost to Roxanne Perez the first time, that was a huge criticism was, hey, how do you go send your champion to go lose to this other champion? And I feel like because it is TNA, and I get people's thought process on that, but because it was TNA, I feel like the buzz and everything that came off of that feud was worth it, in my opinion. And it's not like Jordynne Grace went in there and got squashed. No, she looked like a savage. She looked like a beast. She looked great in that match. And so I didn't feel like it was a loss for her the first time. If they did it a second time, yeah, maybe a little too much. You got to give her a win if they were to run it back and do a part 2.
I definitely agree, and especially with the feud and lead up, like they had a feud where Jordynne Grace came out on top and send Roxanne right into the back though. So she looked strong, and of course the fact is NXT is the bigger company than TNA. So just off basic business sense, whatever, like it has to be Roxanne get over it because it's Roxanne Perez on an NXT event. Jordynne Grace doesn't look bad at all in defeat, and it's just. But if they do run it back a second time though, that would be a very bad look on her. Unless they find a really, really creative way to make Jordynne still come out looking strong with interference, it would be a bad look for her to lose a second time.
Right. I feel you. We got Steven Marchulli here who says money match down the road. Face Roxanne Face Roxanne versus heel Bianca. Oh yeah, I would be so into that. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Hell yes. Okay, listen. First of all, a heel Bianca. I think the main roster, I don't think they really got to experience like a full heel Bianca yet because she's so much of a face. And she's so over, like she's gotten the John Cena treatment for the past couple of years. And the thing is, and it hasn't backfired because the crowd still loves her, still cheer for her. Like it's been a great run for her as a face, though. But I do feel she has that heel in her, man. I think she'll have a great time doing that too. And face Roxanne is who she naturally is, guys. Because if you have met her in real life, if you have ever met this person in real life, she is truly one of the sweetest people you ever meet in the wrestling world. Like really, for real. So. It's again just so amazing seeing her be a badass, to be a dick on TV like this. Okay, it's really cool to see though. So like, shout out to Roxanne, man.
Thank you so much to Steven Marchulli. All right, so let's get into some of the other highlights from NXT. We'll run these down, ones we haven't spoken about. Ora Menza and Ethan Page. Once again, he gets in that sneaky pin on him, and that match is happening next week. Is this feud doing anything for you?
I feel overall, I'm gonna say it's okay. You know, it's something for him to do. I'm happy that they're giving metaphor these elevations though of their characters. Ora Mensa has really surprised me again. I never thought much of his character. You know, I'm happy he's getting the opportunity though. But I feel it's a foregone conclusion that Ethan's gonna retain. He's not gonna win. And overall, no, it's not really like doing that much for me, but I am
trying though. You were trying to convince yourself. I feel like yeah, I can tell. But that's the thing though, like Chinedu, like with the Ora Menza story, like you said, it is a dead giveaway that he is going to lose in this match, but they're hyping up the match to seem bigger than it actually is, which is what they're going to do, right? You're not going to promote a match half-assed. You're not going to do that because then you just be shitting on your own product. You're not going to do that. But we're all seeing through it. That's the problem. Nobody has really been sold yet with Ora Menza going after Ethan Page. And the sneaky pins, no one's buying that there's going to be another one that happens on the actual matchup. Yeah,
and if you notice, like when Ethan came out and brought up those pins, whatever, like it's almost like the crowd almost forgot about it and to do the chant, like, oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Even the crowd forgot for a little bit that happened. Like, oh yeah, that's right. We were here last. That's right. We did do that. Let's do it again.
I feel bad because I'm just waiting for it to kind of wrap up so we can see what they have in store for Ethan Page next. But hey, this is still a really good opportunity for Ora Menza, and I feel Right now, what he can do is in this match prove people wrong. If we come out of this going, damn, Ethan Page and Oro Mensah had a really good match, then that's a win. So we'll see.
It really is, because we are in the era of NXT and WWE where like people really can't come out looking great in defeat now with the way they're being booked though. So I do hope is it Ora or Oru?
I think it's Oro Mensah.
Oro Mensah.
Yeah.
I really do. I hope he has a great showing, just like the ladies had a great showing tonight. We knew they weren't gonna win, but great showing, great event. And
I think it might be Oro.
Is it Oro?
Oro
Oro or Oru? I wasn't sure.
Oru with the O. But I say Ora.
Ora?
Why do I say Ora? Ora Mensah?
Yeah, Ora Mensah, Oru Mensah. Ora Mensah?
Oru Mensah.
Oru or Ora.
I think it's Oru Mensah.
Oru Mensah.
People are saying it's like oro, like gold, but then that's totally different to me. Oro is, I have to change my whole ass.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about it, because I'm saying with a Nigerian accent, is it Ora Mensah? My bro, is it Ora Mensah? If you're watching this show, tell me now, my bro. Tell us on the speak now. Is it Ora or Oru?
So it is Oru. Oh, no, it's Oro. So I'm gonna have to say Oro Mensah. No, Oro Mensah.
Ora Mensah.
It doesn't sound like that when they say it. It sounds like they say Ora Mensah.
Yeah, because when they say it that way, I've been wondering, because that's why I haven't, like, I've said his name, but I've been afraid to kind of say it because I don't want to butcher anybody's name on here, whatever, because, my name's Chinedu, okay? I hate, people will butcher Chinwe, Chinedu, Shenane, okay? They will mess up my name, so I never want to mess up anybody's name on here and say it wrong, whatever. So, yeah, I've gotten that. Shenane, come on down here, man. You know what I'm talking about. You know who we mean.
Oh, man, I can't. Shenane.
Yeah,
we're just gonna rename you to Shenane.
That's what happened, y'all. True story, y'all. For real. I was at the talent show audition. The dude's like, Shenane. You know who I'm talking about. You know who you are, man.
That's so messed up.
You started roasting me, man. Why they give you this African name, man? Why they do that? Because I'm African. Oh, okay.
See, okay. Dante Weiss says Goru without the G. Oru.
Okay.
Oru. Why can't I? Okay, don't listen to me because I'm clearly saying it wrong. This whole time I was hearing Ora Mensah.
Because like they will say it so fast and on commentary sometimes you can't really catch it.
Oro. Whatever. I'm just gonna call it Mensah.
Yeah, Mensah. Look, old dude with that had the segment that should have been in the ring. Him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The segment. Why didn't they do that in the ring, Denise? That was so weird.
I know. But something that wasn't weird, something that was actually really good, the Pete Dunne video package. He is bitter. He is mad that he was being called Butch, was in the shadows of Sheamus, had to hear Trick Williams complain about losing the title. We're getting Pete Dunne versus Trick Williams next week, and I am pretty excited for this match. Like, this is a big-time caliber match, in my opinion. I know it's going to be
I wholeheartedly agree. And I think, is this the first time we've gotten a video package on Pete Dunne in a very long time, just about him? And like they included so much of it. And I love they included the fact that he was called Butch. I love they included all these things in here. It adds so much more realism to it, because now I really am invested in his character, of his bitterness, and how he justly feels upset though. I feel like same thing with Drew McIntyre. Like the things he's upset about, he's right. I would be mad too. So it makes it even more of a great, compelling storyline. And I like the fact that Pete Dunne is great in that ring. So this is going to be a great match for Trick Williams. Because again, I've said too, like Trick Williams, he has the star factor, charisma, but I know his criticism in the ring are there, his critics and things like that. I love Trick Williams though, but I do know they say his in-ring work can use some fine tuning. There's no issue at all though. But he's been working with guys like with Sean Spears and Cedric Alexander. And now he's going to do this with Pete Dunne. These are great matches to help like churn out great matches. So I'm really excited about it too, man. So I know it's going to be a great man. Hopefully, not main event though, but it will be a great showing for these two. I cannot wait to see it.
So everybody's saying it's Oro, like Oro, but someone did confirm though, Keith here, that Vic does pronounce it as Ora. See, that's why I was saying Ora Mensah, because that's how commentary pronounces it. But I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be pronounced. I think it's supposed to be Oru or Oro.
I got Mensah, man. Listen, great hairline. All right. First of all, great braids. All right, good. Looking forward to coming out here and having a great showing, man. He's gonna lose that match though. He's gonna lose that match. But great showing though.
All right, and we got Tavion Heights versus Tony D. I don't really have anything to say about this. Ren Sinclair looks like she's going to be joining North Quarter Catch Crew, so that's going to be something good to liven up the group. I think we kind of discussed that already last week. Brooks Jensen versus Cedric Alexander lost to Cedric Alexander. So, hey, Cedric getting a win. Good for him, man. But it looks like this is part of what is leading the story here with Brooks Jensen and Shawn Spears. Is I think we're supposed to be seeing Brooks Jensen lose a lot.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, well, if there's anybody that can help him with that, it's Shawn Spears, okay? So I feel this is a great pairing. Listen, Shawn, just kidding, man. I love you, bro, in real life, but the character, my guy, whew. Who are you trying to teach it here, man?
See you in person and be, hey, Shanae.
Yeah, man.
You got a fucking problem with me, Shanae? Oh, my God. Shanae, I'm never gonna forget it. I'm never gonna forget it.
Keep out to see Shawn Spears. So first of all, y'all, I kicked Shanae's ass last week, guys. To let you know that.
Nick Blue says I should interview Oro Menza and ask him how to pronounce his name. I am. I'm gonna ask him. I got things lined up, guys. I'm gonna ask Oro Menza. We'll get it. It'll happen.
Hey, Denise, have you ever interviewed Jada Parker?
No, I have not interviewed Jada Parker.
That'd be a great one.
Yet. I know. I think the interview would be great. I'll just have to put her on the screen and I'll just like minimize my little picture and I'll just have Jada Parker. I know you and Reg would be all over that. Listen,
the best, man. Shout out to Reg, man. I'm telling you, this is the best. Listen, he has great taste as well. He understands it. He gets it.
Oh man. All right. We got Javon Evans doing a cute little vignette where he's talking about how he grew up a WWE fan and how he used to get in trouble in school for saying suck it. And I'm like, yeah, so he's literally every one of us right here, right now. All of us.
Yep. I love that segment. I love the show that's like this makes sense. Like he sounds so youthful in his promos, but he's supposed to though, because he's so young and things like that. It just showed I love how they highlighted his youthfulness, his love of WWE. I love the part in there where he talked about his parents' divorce, because I related to that part too, though, because my parents got divorced. I was 5, going on 6. And so like I felt when he said it makes you angry, it does. And I felt that part too. I was like, he highlighted it lightly though, but I felt that part too. I was like, bro, I feel you on that, man. Because like in that anger, like comedy and wrestling became my safe spaces though. So I felt like I was like, bro, you sold me on this promo, man. This was good. I loved it.
I was just talking about this with my husband the other day. I was asking him, like, what would you do if your parents got a divorce? Right? We had that conversation, that hypothetical. And I told him, like, if my grandparents got a divorce, I would be so mad. Like, this is unacceptable. This cannot happen. What are you doing? Like, I don't think I would handle that very well at all. Even at this grown-ass age, I would not handle it very well.
I have a friend right now. He's 32. His parents are getting divorced like right now. He's taking it very hard, like a teenager. All right, he's a grown man.
It's worse, I think, when you're older, because you've been 32 of your lives knowing your parents are together.
I think they were married for I think almost 50 years. They were married, that boy, and it's like they're married that long and got divorced. And I was like, what you gonna do? Where are you going? Like, I be wondering that stuff. So you be married for 60-something years. I ain't tell you, I'm going. Get out. Where you gonna go?
Yeah, I know.
Going back in the house, okay?
That's how I would feel. I'd be so mad. Like, what are you doing? Agreed. Get back in the house.
Yeah, because even right now, like if my wife could say right now, I'm leaving you, Chin, I'd be like, well, where are we going? I'll go pack. I'm gonna go get myself right now.
No, my husband always jokes with me. He goes, well, Denise, if you're gonna leave me, just make sure you do it when I can still get somebody else. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I'll make sure that you're primed and propped to still get somebody else. But that's true though. I do think about that, because I was like, okay, what if you get a divorce like later on in your life and you're already like, not your hottest self? I'd be very upset about that.
Yes, imagine getting divorced and you 63. What you going? Not to say your life is over, nothing like that, man. But when you 63, man, you trying to be in a house. You want to go out something like that, but you ain't trying to redate. ain't saying your life is
Oh,
over,
hell
but
no. I cannot imagine having to go through that again. No, I
at
can't.
63, that's what I'm saying. Like, you still got life in you, of course, though, but not life to do that.
I can't do it right now. If someone said, Denise, you want to date right now, I'd be like, fuck no.
Yes.
I wouldn't even know how to act. I'd be terrified.
Yeah, I told my wife that too. I said, if we ever got divorced, she doesn't believe me. I said, like, I would never get remarried. Like, I wouldn't. Like, I'm done.
I would get remarried right away too. Like the first person I found.
I couldn't.
That's terrible. I would not do that.
Yeah, I would throw myself into my career, and I would just be that, man. I would just be that, because like the dating pool is so rough out here, man. Like, who else I'm gonna get? I told her, and don't nobody want me but you, baby. What?
You're done. You're together forever, bro. That's it. But anyways, more power to. How did we get on this topic? Oh yeah, Oro Menza.
Yeah.
No, Javon Evans. It was Javon Evans.
Yes. The promo, yes.
Oh man, David Hall says, "What's the point of getting a divorce when you're close to your expiration date?" Oh man. Oh man. I think it might be easier to handle it when you're younger, believe it or not. Who knows? We'll see.
Ooh. Well, I'm glad I do that. I'm glad to put that water out, man. That was good. That was funny, bro.
Like Love for Boost shares their story saying that they were 7 years old, didn't handle it well at the time, but definitely happy that they did now that he's 39. See, I mean, hey, I think it's because you get used to it. You get used to somebody being in your life in a certain way forever. Bear Hudson sends in a super chat saying, settle this bet. If Jordynne Grace went to the main roster as Knockouts champion and lost to Rhea Ripley, would that discredit the Knockouts title? Okay, let me think about this. Okay, I'm sorry. It took me a second. Okay, so if Jordynne Grace were to go to the main roster and lose to Rhea Ripley as Knockouts champion, would that discredit the title? I'm going to say no, because I feel like if she can lose to Roxanne Perez, I think she could lose to Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Rhea Ripley is like.
But then after that, that's it.
That's it.
One time for each, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, but like to Rhea Ripley, of course, Rhea Ripley was the hottest one of the hottest women in wrestling right now. It's like literally, like, not looks. I mean, like momentum and like force, power, strength, popularity. She's at top of the card right now. So no shame in that at all. Like, if anything, again, it gives Jordynne Grace the chance to be seen by more people, because again, not a lot of people are watching NXT the way they used to. Like, not at all. So, this will give her a great chance to give a great showing. If anything, this will only increase Jordynne Grace's popularity, in my opinion.
Right. I feel you. Bear Hudson, I hope that settles it. We both decided that nope, it would not discredit the title. But there you go. But I still think a lot of people could make a case for it. Bear, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. All right. So I think that's about it that we got here. But friendly reminder that next week we still have week 2 of Great American Bash, and we're going to be seeing Ethan Page versus Oro Menza for the NXT title, Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne, Joe Hendry versus Joe Coffey, Kalani Jordan versus Tatum Paxley for the NXT North American women's title, Nathan and Axiom versus MSK for the NXT tag team titles. I'm sort of feeling that Nathan and Axiom could I think they're going to lose the titles eventually to MSK. I think it's going to happen. I think so too, especially after seeing the segment tonight where
Axiom kind of couldn't really care less about the tag title match, just signed it and just got back to talking. I was like, bro, we're really just doing that right now, man. You're not reading contracts where we're at right now, bro? Seriously?
Yeah.
Man. Okay. But yeah, I definitely see that happening. I definitely see them titles. I see them losing those titles though, because I feel like they've had a great run already though. But I feel it's run its course too. Let's open the tag team titles up to somebody else, some new storylines, and maybe get an Axiom versus Nathan Fraser feud, perhaps. We'll see what happens.
And it'll be good. I mean, we've seen them wrestle each other quite a bit, so it's been a while though, maybe at least a year or so since we've seen them wrestle each other. But I don't know, man. I think next week does look good. Like Zeno Hours says here, next week looks stacked. Yep, I agree with that as well. Oh God, David Hall says, what if Jordynne Grace went to lose to Maxine Dupree? See, that would not be a good thing. That would not be a good thing.
No, not at all. Now that's gonna make it look bad. All right. No respect to Maxine, but
yeah, I know. We love Maxine around here. All right, guys. So that is our show. That is NXT Great American Bash. Week 1, we'll be back next week chatting up all the things. But of course, tomorrow I will be back with Righteous Reg to talk about AEW Dynamite. And then I am leaving to Cleveland for SummerSlam. So keep an eye out for SummerSlam content. However, if you can't, wait and you want to see some cool content now, please check out the interview that I did with Mariah May, CM Punk, and Willow Nightingale, Danhausen, Orange Cassidy. The first three that I mentioned were my absolute favorites. I had such a great time talking to Willow, Mariah, and Punk. The Danhausen interview was so fun with the little CM Punk cameo. We played a game. It was good stuff. Check it out, guys. There's some good stuff in there, so please watch those. Also, tomorrow is the last day of my SummerSlam Rewind. Only one more video to go, and I am done, baby. I never got to look at this ever again, and I'm never going to get no wild-ass ideas ever again. I did it. I can move on with my life afterwards. Chindedu, what do you got going on?
Well, first of all, I want to remind you guys, watch those videos, guys. Like, don't just have Denise saying all this and you guys don't watch, okay? Don't be a dick. Give it a click, okay, guys? Don't forget that, all right? Great interviews, great content, all that stuff, okay? Give it a watch right now. And also to tune into her show tomorrow, Righteous Rage. I'm not on there though, man. But if she's going to Cleveland, guys, hit up that super chat as much as you can, man. Let's send Denise with some mad money to Cleveland, Ohio, guys. All right. I'm gonna try to pop it myself against that super chat, try to get things kicking off because she deserves it. She's too humble to say it, but she is a very hardworking person. I'm gonna try hopping that super chat tomorrow, get them things cracking. But AEW, man, hope y'all show love that super chat though. And for myself, you can catch me on my platforms at Chinedu Ogu everywhere. Follow me on Twitter, trying to build that up. I post videos every single day. You can catch me. My big show is live September 21st in Houston, Texas. The sponsors are Whataburger, Pepsi, Spa Rock Houston, and now Bluebell Ice Cream and the Houston Texans are now official sponsors, giving away great giveaways, including free Whataburger for a year, free Bluebell for a year, and some great Texan merch packages. It's going to be a great show. It's an hour-long show, great content as well. And catch me on television. Catch me on Mary Street Media. If you get that platform, it's Dr. Phil's TV channel on there. It's his TV network. You can also catch me on the #1 sports show in Texas, Sports Extra, on the CBS affiliate, KHOU, as well as the #1 morning show, Good H-Town Rush, on the CBS affiliate there as well, out there as well. And yeah, that's it. That's it. I think that's everything.
I was gonna say, you got a lot going on. I love it.
That's right.
That's a lot. It's quite a bit. Alrighty, guys. Check out the links to follow Chinedu in the description box below and where you guys can get tickets for his show. Also in the description box below. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.